You're probably overpaying for flights and just traveling in general, which is why you most likely think that you can't travel as often as you like to, or that traveling is extremely expensive and you just can't do it. It's not your fault. Airlines make a ton of money because you think this way. I'm here to tell you some travel hacks that you may not know about. I've taken hundreds, maybe thousands of flights over the last 2 decades to some really cool spots because traveling literally sets my soul on fire. And I've learned a few things when it comes to booking flights. In this video, I'm gonna go over 5 travel hacks that will get you to your dream destination for a lot cheaper. Number 5 is gonna save you a ton of money. So make sure you watch until the end so you know how you can save the most money on your trips. Let's get right into it. Airline hack number 1 is to use Google Flights to find the cheapest and best flight option. Chances are right now when you wanna book a flight, you will head on over to the airline's website and you'll just start looking for flights that way. This isn't bad or wrong, but a lot of times airline websites won't actually show you the cheapest fare that they have available, such as basic economy tickets, or they won't give you as many options to filter or be flexible with dates. And also, you can only see flights for that airline. And so you would have to go to each airline's website and go through this search over and over again individually. With Google Flights, you enter in your starting and destination cities, dates, and then you can play around with all these filters to get what you want. And as you can see here with Google Flights, you get to see all of the flights across all airlines operating that route, not just one. So this saves you a ton of time and allows you to compare the cheapest flights by airline to each other. Also, I do want to add that Google Flights is a search tool and not a booking tool. So once you find the flight that you want on Google Flights, you're still going to go to the airline's direct website to book your ticket. It's not like Kayak or Expedia or TripAdvisor or any of those third-party websites where when you find a cheap flight or hotel, you go to book it and you book it through Kayak or Expedia's website. But technically, you're booking that flight through a third party, not directly with the airline. So again, you're using Google Flights to research and find the right flight for you, and then you will still go to the airline's website to book that flight directly. Secret hack number 2 is still using Google Flights, but we're taking it a step further to save even more money. In Google Flights, you can use this thing called Date Grid, and this will actually let you see the cheapest dates to fly on for that route. So if you have any flexibility at all with your travel dates, this can save you a ton of money. So this is a really great tool to use. For example, I'm searching for a flight from Dallas to Paris in the month of April through Google Flights. So if I go ahead and click on this date grid, this calendar grid pops up of all of the departure and return flight dates as well as their prices. So this will allow you to see what the best combination of dates to fly on is, so that you can get the cheapest flight. And you can scroll out months in advance with this, really allowing you to see which month and day would be ideal for you to fly on. And this can save you so much money. The other feature in Google Flights that you can use is something called Explore. Say you want to take a direct flight from Boston to Athens during the month of July for summer vacation, but that flight is coming out to be way too expensive. So what you can do through Google Flights is go to the Explore tab. You can enter in Boston and then enter in the continent of Europe, and then your dates and your preferred layover options. What this is gonna do now is show you all of the prices across the continent of Europe for flights from Boston. Now you can do one of 2 things. One, you can either say, hey, actually, I'm gonna go to Barcelona because it's much cheaper, so we're just gonna shift our vacation to here. Or 2, you can use Barcelona as a gateway city into the continent of Europe, and then you can take a budget airline from Barcelona to Athens. You can fly on a European budget airline like Ryanair or EasyJet, which guys, I've flown them multiple times over the last 20 years. They are honestly so great and so affordable. You can literally get flights from one European country to another for under $30. So this is a really great option to save a lot of money. Now something really powerful happens when you combine the date grid along with the Explore feature, because now you can see where to go and for how much, and you can see when the cheapest dates are to go to that destination, saving you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. If you're getting any value from this video at all, it would really mean a lot to me if you went ahead and hit that red subscribe button. This way you'll be notified anytime I upload similar videos. Speaking of mixing and matching, hack number 3 is to try to mix and match different legs of your flight with different airlines. Here's what I mean. Let's say you want to fly from Dallas to Tokyo. Now, if you look that up for the month of May and you book this trip as is, you can see that flights are ranging anywhere from $1,300 to $1,500. Down below, there's even some for $2,000. So we don't want to do that. That's pretty expensive. Instead, let's do LAX to Tokyo, and now you're seeing flights from $800 to about under $1,000. So that's a few $100s cheaper than just the Dallas to Tokyo. So now let's see, because we have to get from Dallas to LAX, because we're using LAX as a gateway city into Tokyo, and these flights are much cheaper. These are under $100, and granted, these are budget airlines, but you can still make it work if you really want to, if you're really trying to save money. So if you combine the flight from Dallas to LAX and then LAX to Tokyo, and you book it separately, you can save a few $100s this way because you're mixing and matching. Travel hack number 4 is booking indirect flights. And I know sometimes I'm not a fan of this one, so I can only imagine that most people aren't, but it saves so much money instead of a direct flight. This can a lot of times be a huge money saver, especially on international flights. I'm not saying it's necessarily worth it for domestic. It could be. But international flights is where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck here. I know it can be very inconvenient and a pain at times, but if you have the flexibility with time, just book the flight with a 2-hour layover somewhere. Make sure you have a good credit card so you can spend that layover at an airport lounge and you can refresh, relax, eat some food, and then you can go on to your destination from there. And honestly, this trick will probably save you even $500 or more per ticket. Use that money on other food and fun experiences on your vacation. Flight hack number 5. This one is one that can get you your flight for free or significantly reduced. Number 5 is to accumulate points on your credit card and then use those points to book your flights for free. If you have enough points, you can book your entire flight using the points. But even if you don't have enough points, you can use whatever you have to significantly reduce down and the amount that you actually have to pay out of pocket in cash. And the great thing about credit card points is that you can accumulate them so fast by spending money on things that you would be spending money on every day anyway. Things like groceries, food, gas, rent. There are some credit cards that will give you 10x the points on every dollar that you spend. So that will really help you accumulate a lot more points faster and could even allow you to book a nice international business class trip. If you want to know which travel credit cards are best in the market right now that will get you these points, then I highly suggest you check this video out next where I go over the top 5 credit cards in the market today. I'll catch you in the next video.